Accused of killing a Mandina's restaurant employee and injuring a tourist in a shooting last month is facing a new murder charge in Texas.
Maddie Kurth joins us now with the story.
Well, guys, police in Houston say Kyron Fazan shot and killed a 15-year-old boy just days after the shooting that killed 23-year-old Mandina's employee, Hilbert Walker III, and injured a tourist visiting for the first Jazz Fest weekend. Houston police say they were called to an apartment complex on the morning of May 6th and found an unresponsive boy lying on a sidewalk with apparent gunshot wound to his head. When paramedics responded to the scene, they pronounced him dead. Charging documents allege the victim's profile matched that of a suspicious person seen looking into cars at the apartments earlier that morning. Police say a fight between Fazan and the boy led to the gunfire. Now, detectives say they learned Fazan was in custody in the Fort Bend County Jail. That was a result of his arrest by the Gulf Coast Violent Offenders Task Force for the Mandina's shooting. Those charging documents also detail a bullet casing found at the scene that could link him to several NOPD investigations, including a homicide back in 2019. We're waiting to hear back from Orleans Parish DA Jason Williams on if these charges change his plan to extradite Fazan for his alleged involvement in the Mandina's shooting.